Hi, I'm Jelena.
And I'm David, and this is our tutorial on Vinyasa. Do you like our tutorials? If you do, hit the little heart button down at the bottom. And if there's something you want to see, please let us know in the comments section. We do want to know, and we will make a video for whatever you're interested in. And finally, subscribe to us. Then you'll see the videos that we put out next week and the week after, because we're going to keep doing this. All right. So we're doing this workshop on Vinyasa, very short one, and we're going to look at the breathing aspect of the breathing moving system. That's what Vinyasa means in Ashtanga, breathing moving system. And really, this is the difference between yoga, asana, and exercise. The focus in yoga, the goal in yoga, is to calm the mind, is to eventually still the mind to reveal the true nature, the seer within. So we want to always be able to control the breath, because the breath has that direct influence on our state of mind. And that means that we have to make breath a priority in our practice. And we do this special breath called free breathing with sound. And the idea is that the inhalations and the exhalations are even duration and even intensity. So mainly we're going to talk about the duration part today. The duration just means that if you're inhaling, for example, for 4 seconds, that you're also exhaling for 4 seconds. This isn't a natural breathing pattern. It's a very intentional one. You have to focus on doing it. So if you're inhaling 2, 3, 4, then you're exhaling 2, 3, 4. And you'd want to maintain that meter through the practice. It doesn't have to be 4 seconds. It could be whatever's comfortable for you. The idea, though, is that it's controlled and steady. So in Vinyasa, because we're doing moving and breathing, then we need to make the movements match the breaths, right? That's what breathing and moving means, the Vinyasa means, but we need to change the duration of each movement so that it fits into the same duration of breath. Let me show you, okay? So if we're talking about Surya Namaskara, the sun salutation, and the first movement is ekam, then technically, in terms of Vinyasa, we're told 3 things. We're told start in Samasthiti and end up in Tadasana with the arms over the head and the palms together. That's one thing. We're also told that while we're doing that movement, we should inhale. And then we're also told that the gaze is towards the thumbs. So at the end of that movement, our gaze is lifted to the thumbs. So we would go like this. Yekam, inhale, the arms up, and the gaze on the thumbs. Okay, let's watch that again. So Jelena is going to inhale, the arms up, and gaze on the thumbs. So technically there, Jelena fulfilled all of the kind of obligations of the traditional teaching of Ashtanga, of the Vinyasa. She did everything correct, but there's something missing. What she's doing is putting it all together, but there isn't a sacred relationship. That's what we're looking for, is a relationship between the breath and the movement. And that's going to create this whole union inside. So watch. When Jelena inhales, she's going to time the movement over the breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So here's from the first example. Watch. We'll do the same duration of breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. So that was like the same length of inhalation, but a much quicker movement. And then here's the movement paced over the duration of the breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. So what's the difference there? Well, you can see she's moving slower, right? But the idea is that the movement is going over the duration of the breath, and then it might change. It might have to go quicker to fit into the same duration on the next movement. The next movement is longer, right? Folding forward. So she would go here, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then watch, here's a much shorter movement. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. She has to slow down, right, to make the movement last. So movement follows breath. We can think of the rule that way. but we also want the movement to always last for the duration of the breath. Right? If we get to the end of the movement and we're still breathing, that means we've moved too fast.
Now, this might seem like a small teaching, but I promise you, once you start to embody it, it really changes the experience of the practice. So there's this different quality that starts to show up, which is a quality of grace. Grace starts to become part of the practice because what you are doing is you're constantly coming back to your breath, which is helping regulate the nervous system, but it's also making you really aware of what's happening. And you're always trying to figure out how long is the next movement, what do you need to do? And all of that is constantly bringing you back into the present moment. The breath and the body are always in this very moment.
Yeah, what we're really doing is prioritizing experience over performance, right? Where we're saying again and again that the breath is the most important part of the practice, not our ability to do something that might sacrifice the breath, like a fancy movement. Of course, this is always challenged, because there are fancy movements, like we've got to jump back or jump forward, and it gets really difficult to make the breath last through it. So it's not that you're failing at this technique or something when you can't make the breath and the movement match perfectly. But just the idea that you keep bringing your attention back to it is going to, like Jelena says, deepen your experience of the practice so much. And I think it turns it from an exercise system, a calisthenics, into a true yoga practice. Okay? Movement follows breath. Breath comes first.
We hope you like this tutorial. Remember to give us a like, leave a comment letting us know what you want to see next, and of course subscribe to our channel. We're putting out videos now weekly, so you don't want to miss.
Bye.
Bye.